A very good happy Friday morning to everyone out there. Landon here in the driver's seat, bringing you your latest weather or not forecast courtesy of On Target. Let's get a look out here, folks. We're underneath crystal clear skies this morning. Going to have plenty of sunshine to take in. Want to let you know ahead of time, we're going to be dealing with extraordinarily strong winds as we work throughout the day. We're talking about gusts out of the south and west of the magnitude of 30 to potentially 40 plus miles an hour. We're going to see that come to fruition with this warm front lifting north over the region, really encouraging this southwesterly flow. And then, folks, we're going to get a taste of winter that's going to follow this weekend, as we're going to have this moisture-starved cold front blast through here throughout the overnight. It's going to be bringing temperatures down significantly as we work throughout the entirety of the weekend. Jumping across the region, WRUS Skycam overlooking Russellville early this morning. Beautiful sunrise underneath those crystal clear skies for our neighbors down there. You can jump over and take a look over the D93 Skycam, downtown Bowling Green. Beautiful sunrise there with the water tower this morning. Loads of sunshine to take in, but it's going to be a chilly start for us this morning before we're going to be able to get those temperatures to rebound relatively quickly. We're hanging out on either side of the freezing mark of 32 degrees. We're going to be sending highs this afternoon. I believe somewhere between the low to mid 70s. So we got the southwest flow that's going to be with us. You combine that with the loads of sunshine. I think we're going to get some overachieving temperatures throughout the final day of the work week. A little bit better view at the latest surface map to give you the bigger picture, if you will. You can notably see the warm front is right here on our doorstep. Going to be responsible for that big warm up today, and then that monster cold front diving in here. Luckily, there's no precipitation along with it, or we might be talking about a different form of weather that could be in store for us. Get a look over here at the latest model guidance. Let's give you the breakdown here in the short range. We are looking at wind speeds throughout this Friday, and boy, are they going to be stout. Here we are working throughout this morning. Not going to be too bad, but right around mid-morning into lunchtime, you're going to notice a uptick in the velocity of these winds. We got cusp of the magnitude in the gust department right around 20 to 30 miles an hour as we roll into lunchtime. As we progress throughout the afternoon and then this evening, that's whenever these gusts are really going to ramp up. We actually have a wind advisory that's out just to the north and east of the region. Wouldn't be surprised to see it expanded as we work later into today. Here we are getting into and right after sunset. And then, folks, the cold front passes. We're going to be turning the winds out of the south and west to out of the north and west. And those are going to come barreling in here as early as Saturday morning before sunrise and stick around throughout a good chunk of the overnight. All right, so this is what's going to be bringing in those much colder temperatures with those winds turning out of the north and west. Take a look for yourself. I will note model guidance is underplaying today's high temperatures. We're looking at this afternoon. It is showing 62 degrees whenever we reach our peak heating. No, we've seen this too many times before. I definitely think we're going to be closer, if not exceeding, up into the 70s as a result. Now, as we work throughout tonight, look at the drop in temperatures with that cold front passing through here. We'll be down to around the 30 to 35 to 40 degree mark by sunrise tomorrow. And for tomorrow afternoon, peak heating is locating right around the low to mid 40s. Then we get into our Sunday. It's going to be the exact same song and dance. We're working into lunchtime on Sunday. We're still not out of the 30s. A little taste of winter out there to tease us, folks, because our attention has been turned to the early and middle part of next week. As we progress into the Tuesday night and Wednesday morning time frame, this is how our surface setup is going to appear. We'll be in somewhat of a transition day on Monday. We're going to warm temperatures back up to around the low and mid 50s region wide. And then on Tuesday, warm front's going to lift to our north. Cold front's going to be trunking in here out of the west. We've got deep moisture pulling up out of the Gulf and out of the deep south. We also have other parameters that are starting to align to hint at the possibility of a severe weather event impacting the Wobbles community. Right now, you can take it with a grain of salt, but the timing appears to be at some point Tuesday evening all the way through the early morning hours of our Wednesday. This is going to be worth keeping close eyes on. Models have been rather subtle with not bringing enough instability or storm fuel in here to create a major event. But that can all change with us being 4 to 5 days out here. This is definitely going to be what we are keeping very close tabs on here over the next week, all right? After that cold front passes, another taste of winter diving in here out of the north and west will bring temperatures and highs back down to the 40s as we roll into the Thursday time frame of next week, all right? Rolling back and talking about the highlights of what we're watching today, it is those wind speeds. Gusts to the magnitude of 35 to 40, perhaps even 45 miles an hour. You can see the strongest winds are anticipated just to our north and east where the wind advisory is located, but with it bordering the northern and eastern tiers of the Wobble community, would not be surprised to see that expanded as we work throughout the day. Storm Prediction Center has got a broad brush severe event stretching all the way from the Arklatex region well up into the Ohio Valley. That would include us here, located in the Wobbles community. You can see the highest probabilities right now for that severe weather threat just off to our south and west across far western Kentucky, bowing down to northern Louisiana. For alignment purposes, our machine learning capabilities are right in line and hitting at the same thing. They got the highest probabilities down to our south and west, but right along with the Storm Prediction Center includes us in the outlook for severe weather. Again, folks, that is this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. Total rainfall amount is going to be in the magnitude of 1 to 3 inches with this event. Can't be ruled out. We'll see how these models evolve to get a little bit better idea as we get closer to time. Full 6-day forecast breakdown brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance. Loads of sunshine today, extraordinarily windy. Highs, I think, will be at or exceeding the 70-degree mark. Jolt of winter comes back in here throughout the weekend with highs not escaping the 40s. Monday, we're up to the mid-50s with an uptick in cloud cover ahead of that next weather maker. Strong severe storms possibility late Tuesday into early Wednesday. And by Wednesday night, we should really be drying out with lows tanking back down into the 30s. It's going to wrap up your Friday morning weather or not forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a